Hi there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces. Today I want to introduce you to the Amantii Symmetry Bespoke series of linear electric fireplaces. If you're looking for an electric fireplace, please be sure to go to our website and get our free download, 5 Things You Need to Know Before You Buy a Fireplace. At the end of this video, I'll also give you a few other models that you can compare this to if you're in the market for a linear electric. So the Amantii Symmetry Bespoke series looks exactly like an Amantii Symmetry, the classic series. What's different is they've added some upgraded features, so I'll go through those as we go along. First, at the outset, you're going to notice it really does look like a classic Symmetry. So you've got the 2-inch picture frame all the way around, and I want to point out that on an Amantii Symmetry series, this picture frame is not removable. So if you knew about the old Panorama series, the frame could be removed and you could do a frameless installation. This frame is not removable. The glass is tilted back as it is on many of the Amantees, and that allows the heat to be pushed out through the underside of that picture frame rather than having a heat grill on the front. So the Bespoke has that feature as well as a regular Symmetry. You're also going to notice the flames are pretty much identical between a Symmetry and a Symmetry Bespoke. So I have yellow, orange, and red flames. I can change the intensity by mixing those colors together to get the flames that I like. You still have an accent color shining down on the media bed, so I can change the color of that, or I can have it off completely. What's different about the Bespoke series is I also have colored lights underneath the ember bed. So on a classic Symmetry, the ember bed would be the same color as the flame. Here it's independent, so I have a blue color on there now, or I can turn that off. So you can adjust it or have it on or off. You might also hear a crackling sound here. So the Bespoke series has the sound effect of having a crackle, the crackling of a wood fire. So that's new and different on the Bespoke, and you don't have to have it on, but it is there, so you can enjoy that. The heater is thermostatically controlled, and the heat's going to blow out the vent underneath the upper edge of that frame, as mentioned. And of course, like all electrics, I don't have to have the heater on to have the flames on, so I really can use this year round. I can also control the speed of the flames, so if you like your flames a little slower, you can slow them right down. If you prefer them a little faster, then you can have that as well. So you've got a little more control over that on the Symmetry Bespoke. This is an indoor-outdoor rated fireplace like a lot of Amantees these days, so it could be installed outdoors. What that means for the average installation though is if you're putting it indoors and you're thinking, well, what do I care if it's outdoor rated? Amantii makes their flames quite intense and quite bright, so you can overcome the brightness of a really sunny space with the flames on this Amantii Symmetry Bespoke. So it's something to consider if you've sometimes found the flames on an electric or some of the electrics a little too soft for a really bright space. These flames are quite intense, and so they are designed to overcome that bright sunshine, because imagine if it's installed outside, it's going to be competing with Mother Nature. So just a little tidbit if you're finding it hard to find a fireplace that's strong enough for a bright sunny space in your home. You can hear the crackling. We've talked about the speed of the flames. You've got a lot of personalization here. One of the other things you can do to personalize it is the media kit. So on a classic Symmetry, the birch logs that you see here are the standard filler that comes with the fireplace. On a Bespoke, you get to choose your filler. So the birch log kit is one of the choices, but you also have 2 crystal packages you can choose from. So you get to choose which media kit you take. And of course, like all media packages on electrics now, those are removable if you find something else you like better and it will fit into a fireplace of this depth, then you could certainly change that package out. And this is a 6-inch unit like many of the popular linear fires these days, so it will fit into a 2x6 construction or framing. So very, very compact. So it's the Amantii Symmetry Bespoke. It can also be mounted on the wall. So most linear electrics are made to go flush into the wall as we've installed it here. They often cannot be installed any other way, possibly semi-flush. With this unit, you can be fully flush. There's also a back plate that you can mount to your wall and then hang the whole unit on it, so you've got a surface mount installation. And that's a nice bonus in certain situations where you really like this fire and its features, but you just can't put it into a wall. It could be surface mounted, and the bracket for that is with the fireplace when you purchase it. So something to keep in mind. It's a great alternative that's not always available on a linear electric that's meant for flush mounting. So other units that I would compare this to would be the Dimplex Ignite series, so XLF series, the Napoleon Allure Vision CHD series, not the CHS, the CHD would be comparable in terms of the look and the features. And most manufacturers have something along these lines, but those are the two that I would start with when you're comparing this. And then you could also look to Modern Flames, their LPS series, and Dynasty has units in this class as well. So you can find all of those at stylishfireplaces.ca. Search by brand and look for Amantii Symmetry Bespoke for this unit. Search by style and look for linear in-wall fireplaces.